So as I said before, for this, here's our website. Now we need to get to the back end. The back end is the part where you edit the website. So I'm just going to put a / on the end of my web domain. I'm going to type wp-admin. And that's how I'm going to get to my login screen for this website. Here, I just need to type in my username and password, which is my email. Okay, so now I'm in the back end of my WordPress website. It's showing SiteGround up here, but we can just exit this if this pops up on your screen so that we can actually see WordPress. This is what WordPress looks like in the back end. If you've never seen WordPress before, it's going to look a little intimidating at first. It's really simple though once you get the hang of it, just as anything is. You've got a dashboard here, it's your main page, so I'll just kind of go over what you see in front of you real quick. Up here, this goes to WordPress, this little WordPress logo. It'll tell you about WordPress, its support and documentation. You won't ever use this. My WordPress, this takes you to your website. This shows you how many comments people have made on things like your blog posts. You'll probably never look at that. This you may use, I never use it, but you can create posts, media page, users. That's not where I do that from. Purge SG cache purges your cache. That's something that you may use from time to time, but I don't really know how to explain it to you. It's not really that important right now. What is important is actually over here on the left. All of this stuff is what is actually important to somebody who is developing with WordPress. So you've got home. That is just, I don't know why it does that. That takes you to your dashboard. Updates is where you'll see a little orange notification here from time to time, and you will just go to this updates page and click update on whatever's here. It might be the WordPress theme, it might be your WordPress plugins, but something will need an update, and all you have to do is click update. It'll update on its own. The updates mean that the developer of the plugin or the theme that you're using, they have initiated an update on their end. You are just installing it by clicking update. Your posts is where your like blog articles are going to show up. So if you ever wanted to write a blog, which you will go to the post menu, you will click add new, and this is going to open up screens for you to create a blog. And you would do that in here. I don't use this blog editor. I'll show you what I use in a moment, but just know that that's how you create a blog on your WordPress site, is through posts. Media is where whenever you upload an image, a video, an audio file, anything like that, there's different places in WordPress where you can upload those things, but they will all show up here under media, under your media library. And you can also add new items into your media library in WordPress here, and then you will be able to use those throughout your website because you'll access this media library later on. Pages is where you will create website pages. Pages are basically the same thing as blog articles. Like a post and a page is the same thing, but they have different functions. The posts show up in a pre-formatted blog, whereas pages are just for creating one-off pages like your home page, your about page, your contact me page, those general pages. Comments is where you can review any comments that are left anywhere on your site. Appearance is where you can install themes. And a theme is like, it's like going from Bruce Wayne to Batman. If Batman is Bruce Wayne's theme, then when you install your theme, you are installing Batman onto your website, essentially. All the things that would be Batman. Like if there was a Batman theme, it would be dark, it'd be gritty, it would be blacks and blues, it would be rough and tumble, it would be, all of those things. Themes are important, but I don't use the traditional WordPress themes, and I'll show you what I use here in a little bit. You can look up how to install WordPress themes if you want, but they're really simple. You would go to a website like ThemeForest.net. And on ThemeForest.net, you can just type in what kind of theme you're looking for. So you might type in musician WordPress theme, and that's going to bring up a bunch of different themes. And these are pre-made themes that you can just install right onto your website, and then most of the design work is already done for you, and you just fill in the blanks. I use a different theme that is more geared toward digital marketers, so it's a little more, I guess there's a little more effort to be put in on my end, but you guys don't have to do that. Plugins are uploaded similar to themes. So plugins are things that you are going to use around your website. You might install a calendar plugin to show a calendar on your website, or you might install a booking plugin to have a booking form on your website, and we'll look at how to do that later. Well, up here you can click Add New, and that's where you'll add new plugins. Your plugins that you have will show up here. You have to activate them to make them active, except the ones that come pre-installed by SiteGround. When you click Add New, it'll take you to a search box where you can search for a bunch of free plugins, and there are several free plugins that I use. It looks like they've updated this, so it looks kind of strange to me. They're trying to promote plugins here, but I would go to Browse WordPress Directory, and then some that I use this classic editor. I like it because it takes me back to an older version of WordPress for editing, and to me it just looks better and it's easier for me to use. I also install Yoast SEO. This is going to help you with SEO on your website. That is search engine optimization, and that is going to help you get to the top of Google results. Those are the only ones we really need for right now. You can search for all sorts of plugins. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of plugins. Or if you've purchased one from ThemeForest, like a specific plugin, you can upload that here. You would just choose your file and then upload the zip file to install it on your website. Once I have these plugins, I'll go back to my plugins page. These ones are already activated. I activated them when I installed them, so they're already ready to go. Users is going to be where you manage any users who log into your website. So if you ever have people creating accounts, they would show up here. You're the only user right now. You have the administrator role. It shows your email, and it doesn't say your name. You haven't entered it anywhere, but this is where that shows up. Tools is mostly stuff that you will never use. I don't think I ever use anything in the tools section. So unless you're building a really custom website, maybe then you'll use it, but I don't use it. You've got settings. This is going to be a bunch of general settings. General settings for writing, reading, settings for your blog, settings for your media, settings for how you want links to show up. All of those things are found under the settings menu. And then you've got Yoast SEO. You can enter information that we'll go through later for Yoast. You've got SiteGround's 2 plugins, and then that's pretty much it. Right now I do want to show you something under the settings. So the very first thing that I do whenever I get in here to WordPress is I go to the settings menu. And I go to the site title, and I just update that to be whatever my website is. So it's Lex DeVille Music. Now it asks for a tagline. The tagline, this is going to be what shows up here. So you can see here it says General Settings, My WordPress. Over here it says Domain for Namecheap. Let's just try going to Namecheap.com. Okay, so when you go to Namecheap.com, it says Buy a domain name, register cheap domain names from 99 cents. That's what they've put in here. So you can put whatever you want. Lex DeVille Music is what I would start mine with. And then for the tagline, I would put maybe piano, singing, guitar, and music lessons in Joplin, Missouri. This is temporary. I can change this at any time. But for now, that's what I'm going to put in here so I can start to rank in Google locally. The next thing I want to do is go down to this menu where it says WordPress address URL and site address URL. Both of these I want to update with HTTPS, so I just want to put the S in there. And this is going to make sure that my website always shows up as secure all over the place. After that, I'm going to scroll to the bottom and I'm going to click Save Changes. Okay, now it logs me out. I have to log back in. And now you can see HTTPS is here. That's good. We don't really need to do anything else in the settings. You can check your permalinks maybe, and if those don't show post name for some reason, go ahead and click those over to post name. Beyond that, you don't need anything else in settings right now. Now I'm going to move into how I actually set up a website and what that looks like. So one of the things that I do, my themes come from ThriveThemes.com. And at ThriveThemes, it looks like I'm already logged in, so that's good. They have different options usually. I think that you can purchase their themes and their plugins as one-off products. But if you go to the products, I purchased well, now I don't see it. They have a membership. So wherever you get their membership pricing, I use the membership. It's an annual membership. Okay, here it is. Thrive Suite Yearly. It's $299 a year. You do not have to spend that much if you don't want to. You can buy a cheaper theme. You can buy their themes individually if you want, whatever you want to do. I do the 300 yearly, and the reason I do that is because you get access to everything they've got. All of these, which are really powerful. The theme builder is going to allow you to build your theme. Architect is going to allow you to drag and drop pages. Apprentice lets you build online courses if you want. You can do quizzes. You can do countdown timers. You can split test pages to see which page gets you the best results. You can build out your email list. All of these things can happen with the Thrive suite, whatever you want to call that thing. So that's what I use, and if you guys want to use it, you always can do that, or you can purchase these things individually. In my opinion, it adds up individually and will probably cost you more if you end up purchasing all of these different things, whether you purchase them from ThriveThemes or not. You don't necessarily need all of them, but even just a few of them can quickly add up. So I need to go into my plugins because I have to install Thrive Product Manager, and I might even need to download that first. Let me go into my account. Okay, so here I'm in my account. I download Thrive Product Manager. You can see it's there. Now I'm going to go back over to my plugins on WordPress. I'm going to add new. Go to, this is so weird looking to me. Choose file. And I think I can actually just drag and drop it. Well, it disappeared on me. Okay, so I should be able to just take it and drag and drop it in here. You can see it's loaded in here. It says the name, .zip, and then install now. Once I have this installed, it says installing, it's unpacking plugin installed successfully. I need to activate it. And this is going to bring all of the power of Thrive into my WordPress site. Now you can see I've got a new menu over here on the left. It says Product Manager. I'm going to click on that Product Manager, log into my account, which I'm already logged in, so it should keep me on the site. Otherwise, it would pop open ThriveThemes website. Okay, now I've got some options here. These are my plugins. You can see it says plugins up here. These are the plugins that I can install, and down here are the themes. This is the main theme, ThriveThemes Builder, and then they've got some legacy themes down here if you wanted to do those. Oh, it looks like they've gotten rid of them. Okay, so the things that I install, I'm using ActiveCampaign for email marketing, so I want to install Thrive Leads so that I can accept emails into ActiveCampaign. And we can look at ActiveCampaign later if we need to. I install Thrive Leads. I don't install Thrive Ultimatum. I don't really need that right now. Thrive Ovation is good for testimonials and for featuring testimonials on your website. Quiz Builders for building quiz. I don't need that right now. I will need Thrive Apprentice is for courses. Don't need that. Thrive Architect is for building pages. I need that. I don't need Thrive Comments right now. I do need Thrive Optimized, and that's the only one, and I don't know what this plugin does. It's new. So Thrive Leads, Thrive Architect, Thrive Ovation, and Thrive Optimize. Install all of those, and also select to install the ThriveThemes Builder. Now we're going to install selected products. Here it is installing the products. Now that that's finished, I'm going to click Activate Thrive Theme Builder down at the bottom. Now I can go to the Theme Builder dashboard.